What Barbara has developed over the years is, with her knowledge and respect for traditional dressmaking techniques, how to put together a garment that is really, really well made.
Performers have a very big job to do. They have to go out on stage every night in front of all those thousands of people. I don't know how they do it. We tried to create something that they really feel comfortable in, that they like to put on every night. And they've told me many times that if they don't have to worry about their costumes, they can give a much better performance. It always amazes me that everybody's heard of our place. I don't know why. I mean, I don't know why it amazes me, but everybody's heard of this place and always wants to come here. And that's flattering in itself, even if people are very young designers. So we want to give them everything that they want.
What Barbara has developed over the years is, with her knowledge and respect for traditional dressmaking techniques, how to put together a garment that is really, really well made, using time-tested dressmaking techniques where everything is done a certain way for a reason.
Well, here we go. Betty Buckley, music of the night.
Buckley. She'll have to have some sort of foundation.
Foundation in there, and it's layers and layers of chiffon and sort of tucked in. I don't know. This is why I'm coming here. This is why I'm here. You tell me, what does all this little squiggle mean?
What is it? I mean, you could put a purple stuff in here, can't you?
You could do that. What else is hidden in there that you're...
All sorts of things you could put in.
You're like a Ouija board operator. Here we go. Sort of stars.
I really enjoy constructing costumes rather than designing them. I thought I would design them at first, but then I was no good at drawing, so I decided that possibly dressmaking was my speed, because I was always good at doing that.
The effect of stars, you know, not
sort of little bursts
stars,
of stuff going all over.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
Try it if Jane agrees.
Yes, I think we could let a little out on this. Just for a muslin.
But we're worried about putting pockets in a jersey.
Of course.
You know how I mean?
Yeah.
It's going to be...
But I need it when I'm Ari.
I know you do.
When I'm pretending to be
Yes,
Onassis.
I know.
You know, that kind of that masculine thing.
So then you ought to have a firm fabric for that.
Yeah, it's a little...
It's not just making a dress. It's making, well, I'll jump. It's making a taxi. But a taxi, unlike a car, a million people get into it 1,000,000 times a week, but yet it's supposed to look just like a car and function like a car, but it must survive like a Mack truck.
We'll use this, like, on the epaulets, maybe, Barbara?
Is that the shiniest silver there is?
That's the shiniest that'll last long.
Oh, that's
We thought the color was good,
yeah,
too.
that's terrific. So she could just have the sleeve stopping here,
Yeah.
like a long glove,
would
and
be-
then we'll make the little things for the wires to go down inside it. So
That would be great.
sometimes the time is too short. It means we're working overtime, and everybody's frazzled and fraught and trying to get everything done. And we want it done how it should be done. You can't take shortcuts. And of course, then everybody gets like this about it. You've got to say, couldn't we do this more quickly? And I go, well, no. You know what always puzzled me? You never had creases in the pants of that. You know, for a suit thing, you'd think you'd have creases.
Do you think this material will hold that creases?
Yeah, it's the same as this. Look, it's this material.
We'll try.
Because I think it would look sharper. Misha, do you think this collar's too stiff?
That's what
It's a little bit
I am
stiff.
afraid.
When I first met Misha, I mean, of course, he was like the big Russian star, and of course, dancing like he does, I mean, he's just an amazing, magical person. So when he went to ABT and he became the director of ABT, I was thrilled that he loved all the work that we did. This is a little softer, so it just falls.
I really feel that the whole color could be a little lower.
Lower here. Okay, all right. Do you think that'll move it? Once he's danced in something, he gets the feeling, well, this could have been and like this, because we're not around to fix it right away. So I always go running if he says, well, I need something fixed.
This is what's known as the circumcision. Oh! Oh! There we are. It looks larger on the... I'm just maybe...
Maybe because it's saggy baggy.
It's saggy baggy. want to talk technically.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean,
It's it's saggy baggy. You can always sort of take Barbara aside and say, you know, it's beautiful, but I don't know whether I can, you know, practically, you know, get through the performance in those clothes. And she helps or makes little suggestions maybe that might help. So she's a compassionate person.
Barbara herself is always there for you if there's the slightest little problem or something that doesn't feel quite right or isn't quite working. You've only got to mention it and she's in right away and says, right, what's the problem? Let's look at it. She's terribly calm.
Well,
it kept catching as I went up the stairs.
Shortened this because I think it was very long. I think it must have stretched out a lot, so we just shortened it a bit. It was hard to put the exhibit together because, after all, so many costumes have been made in our shop. They seem like old friends, and I love to see them again. I'm very happy to see some of the things I haven't seen for a long time, actually. We were very fortunate to be able to get hold of some of the things which are my personal favourites. Debbie Reynolds' coat, which is, I think it's wonderful, and the Teddy and Alice dresses. When you're in a museum, you want to touch everything, and you're never allowed to, and I thought this might be a wonderful opportunity to let people really feel what it is that the costumes are made of. I try to bring this work across the footlights to the audience and to further the idea that this is a real art.
City Arts is made possible by Dorothy and Louis Coleman, the Lou Esther T. Mertz Charitable Trust, and Sylvia and Ralph Ablon. Funding is also provided by the Michael and Helen Schaefer Foundation, the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs through the Cultural Challenge Program, and the members of 13.